I was drinking way too much and using too much drugs. The drugs and the drinking did not react well with the HIV, so I found myself becoming sick very fast. And my body was just so shocked from all the partying and the drinking that I was doing that it almost gave out. And that was when I realized I just could not, my body obviously could not handle it.
I met Lulu in the fall of 2003. She was homeless, so that's a definite barrier. And she had left her family and was living in the city.
I was a support worker at Youth Co-Aid Society, and Lulu came in and accessed support. I actually don't know Lulu's history very much with addiction, or a lot of her history, and I don't see Lulu as an addict because I never saw her in addiction. But I know that when I met her, she was just getting out of it.
The place I live in, it is in a hotel on the downtown east side, so there are a lot of people who use, and they can be very, very distracting. The smallest things would trigger me, like anything that made me angry, sad, I would somehow find an excuse to go to using. The first thing I would think about when I would be triggered would be the most fun moments I've had when I was using. And it would be so hard to think about anything else.
When I met Lulu, she was actively using crystal meth and drinking. That was a definite struggle for her.
My friends still use, and it seems to be like the only time I ever see them is when they're detoxing, or when they need help, or when they need a place to stay for the night.
For me, the biggest barrier that I saw with Lulu, and not just a barrier, but the biggest observation, was loneliness. There was days, and I can tell when she was really lonely, she spent more time in the office, and she really was looking for friends and community. And I think that for many, many people who are becoming clean or leaving a certain lifestyle that wasn't healthy for them, that is the number one thing. They need to learn those skills on how to find that community and how to find those friends.
The second thing that would go through my mind is, how far would it set me back if I used just once?
One barrier was always up against another barrier, so you could never break down I could never help her. It felt like I could never help her break down any barriers. And then to take it all away, drugs and alcohol cures it. So then she's up against another barrier.
Once I've reached 10 months, the triggers were few and far between. Today I've been clean about 11 months from crystal meth, cocaine, and it's been about a year and a half from ecstasy.
I know that Lulu's on housing list for sure, and so unfortunately the housing lists are so long, but I also feel that Lulu is taking her situation, which is, again, we call a barrier, and making the most of it. She's becoming a voice for the people who live in the downtown east side, so I think that's really amazing.
There's a big part of me that misses having fun, going out every weekend or every other weekend. But at the same time, I also knew that there was something better out there for me.
I like to think that I was just there for her. I was a worker that she knew that she could come and talk to. I just tried to meet her where she was at so that she never felt like she was judged. She's always going to have to be on top of her game to try not to use.
I don't find Lulu to be lonely anymore. I think she's found her place and she's found her community, and definitely happy. And I also feel like she's more confident, more engaged.
I still have my weak moments, but I managed to tough it out, and I made it through.
I think that she's gonna do just fine.